We're here at the Cambridge Folk Festival 2022. I've got to get that right by the end of the weekend.
Yes, that was close.
Oh my goodness, they're getting better, I think, but each time there's something wrong. Anyway, we have very pleased to have with us Josh Robbins from the Mardlers. Good afternoon to you, Josh.
Good afternoon. How you doing?
I'm very well, and lovely to see you.
Yeah, it's good to see you too.
Now, last time I saw you, well, I've seen you several times, but last time for Folk Festival was in my back garden.
Oh, yeah.
When you came, and as part of we did a folk festival at home.
We were on the main stage.
You were, exactly. You were. Headlining, I believe. And we had a wonderful time because we had just come out of the biggest lockdown, but we were all socially distanced. So I can remember we were all sitting in groups. No one was allowed to go
hugging from a distance.
Yeah, and each group was sitting there. Anyway, fast forward, we are now here, which is wonderful. And you're playing at the Den. Have you played it there before?
We have, but we weren't supposed to. We just kind of turned up with guitars.
Gate crashed.
But yeah, we kind of gate crashed at like midnight. And it was really odd because our guitarist came in very, very late and saw that we were all playing. And he was like, do we have a gig here? We're like, no.
Well, that's one way to do it, I suppose, to get noticed.
Yeah, I suppose.
Because, they've certainly taken notice, and you're playing at the Den tonight.
Yeah, that's right.
Now, since we saw you last, you've been recording some new music?
Yeah, we have. Yeah, we've got an EP of them ready, just like the Brexit deal.
Oh. I hope it's going to come out better than that one.
Oh, dear.
Yeah, it's going to do a lot better, I think. Yeah, no, we've been recording at Halfton Studios maybe 2 months ago.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and we're hoping to get that out this year.
Perfect. Now, you're going to play us a couple of tracks, and we're going to have the first one now. What's that?
The first one I'm going to play now. This is a new one. Since you've got all mine recorded, I thought I might as well give you something new.
Exactly.
This is a song called Tighten Your Chains.
Oh.
No, it's not. It's called Tighten My Chains. I once was a captain of a ship. We sailed the 7 seas. My men were loyal as men could be, for rum, whiskey and tea. Then a woman from Babylonia, she come crawling up to me. She said, I give ya 3 wishes from this little lamp if you would just marry me. So I wished for girls, I wished for gold, I wished that I would never grow old. And when it came time for me to propose, I said no, oh. I said, give me another year or 2. She said, you tell lies. I said, I do. And she told this little tale to my whole crew. Oh. They come a-knocking on their captain's door for me. It was a good old-fashioned mutiny. I put out my wrist, raised one eyebrow to the sea. I said, tighten my chains, boys, up on the stage, boys. 12 notches on the noose for me. Ain't gonna need a doctor when the trapdoor falls. I know where I'm gonna be. Tighten my chains, boys, up on the stage, boys. Put my head on that guillotine. Ain't gonna need a vicar when the blade comes down. I'll finally be free. I once was a judge and a magistrate. We locked criminals up all day. But I would free anybody if a little of the money that they stole would come my way. We judged a man from a gang and we let him hang. 2 few pennies he'd paid. But forgotten to me was the signed receipt that his family had saved. And the very next day, as I walked towards the judge's bench at the back of the hall, the magistrate said as he shook his head, today your place is in the defendant's stall. I said, tighten my chains, boys, up on the stage, boys. 12 notches on the noose for me. Ain't gonna need a doctor when the trapdoor falls. I know where I'm gonna be. Tie my chains, boys, up on the stage, boys. Put my head on that guillotine. Ain't gonna need a vicar when the blade comes down. I'll finally be free. I'm living the only way I wanna be. Could you please address me as a libertine? I don't believe in loss or profit, babe. I don't regret a single choice I made. And if you met me in another life, maybe I'd tell you what is wrong or right. You wouldn't give me half the time of day. It's one of the many things I'll never say. So tie my chains, boys, up on the stage, boys. 12 notches on the noose for me. Ain't gonna need a doctor when the trapdoor falls. I know where I'm gonna be. Tie my chains, boys, up on the stage, boys. Put my head on the guillotine. Ain't gonna need a vicar when the blade comes down. I'll finally be free.
Wow.
Thanks very much.
Thank you very much. That was
Great.
amazing.
Thanks.
And that's just one that you've just newly written.
Yeah, that's a couple of months old.
And
Yeah.
so
See, that sounds like a traditional song,
Oh,
actually.
thank you.
It sounds, to me, it sounded
yeah, I was
quite-
going to ask you, where did you get the lyrics from? It was like a massive poem.
Just like writing stories.
Yeah.
Kind of got a little bit bored of writing stories about me, because I'm not that old yet. There's not that much that's happened.
Yes, I hope that isn't about you.
Francis Botcherby, who just came out with a really great album in Cambridge, he heard me play that song and he was like, "Did you work on a boat
Yeah.
or something, man?" I was like, "Francis, it's not real."
Oh. You are allowed
These-
to write songs that aren't real then,
I
clearly.
wasn't actually a captain of a ship, man.
Was he disappointed?
A little bit.
And so, if people that don't know about the Mardlers, which I feel everyone should, and they will be in the club, the Den later. So you've been described as a British folk songwriter who teamed up with a rock band.
Yeah, that's
And
about it.
so you know you are that folk rock the writer, aren't you?
I'd consider myself a folk musician.
Yeah.
They're all like heavy rockers. So like, yeah, this is great. Let's just add some guitars, bass, full drums, and then turns into what it is.
That's amazing, actually. I would have thought that would have led to naught but trouble at brand practice when you were introducing new songs.
Absolutely has.
Oh, it does? Okay, good.
Well, you know, you mentioned when you were talking to the other guests about who does the 50-50 on who makes the decisions. I think that could be interesting. What is the sort of dynamic within your band?
Well, when it comes to the writing, I make the decisions. When it comes to everything else, I can't be trusted.
Well, that's fair enough. At least you know your limits.
Yeah.
Do you
I was
find
one
it-
band member told me to get here today. Another band member told me where to go. Someone else is in charge of the car.
But I'm going to say you got here early, so you took it all on.
Thanks. I was surprised too.
Yeah.
Did you find it different? Because presumably you worked on your own before you got together with the rest of the guys. It must have been quite a learning curve, actually.
I suppose I've worked in and out of bands for plenty of time, so I don't really mind that much. But it was more fun than anything. You get more inspiration when other people are telling you your stuff's good.
Yeah.
When other people are fans of your music and they want to play with you, that is actually better, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
And because you do a lot of busking, you kind of do a lot of your solo stuff as well, don't you?
Yeah. I do
And-
plenty of solo gigs. I'm busking less and less these days.
Okay, that's
but,
good to hear.
yeah, well, I
Well,
mean, I
you
really
enjoy
enjoy
it.
it. but-
Sounds a bit
No,
rude.
No,
No,
it's-
I meant it's good that you don't have to go out and busk because you're too busy doing gigs in paid venues.
Nicely saved
Yeah.
there. Alex.
However, I believe busking can be quite, good for the money.
Lucrative.
Yeah.
Yeah, it can be, and it's a really great way to work out new
Yeah.
songs and like fine tune things and get used to how things are going to go. So it's
Yeah,
good.
and I guess it also gives you that confidence that if you've been busking, and for all random people, when you go to a gig, it must be relatively easy.
Easier, yeah.
Easier.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
definitely.
And am I right in saying you've been over in Germany recently
yeah,
doing
I
some
was
work?
doing a solo album in
Ah.
Germany. I went out there for 3 weeks, maybe 2 months ago. We didn't get a full album done, but we've got a couple of good singles out of it and some live stuff. So hopefully, maybe I'm going to go back there and finish it, or maybe that's going to be added on. I might do some stuff with Dan Wilde, who's in
Oh,
Cambridge.
lovely, yeah.
Yeah, and I might add it onto that. So I don't know, but I'm definitely doing a solo album this year,
Nice.
which should be fun.
well,
It'll
we'll
be a
have
lot
to-
more folky than the Mardlers.
So we'll have to, hear some of that separately, you'll have to, be in touch.
That was one of them.
Oh, excellent. Oh, I didn't realise that. Yeah, so, it's interesting you say that would be more folky than the Mardlers, because you are with the Mardlers playing at the folk festival. But it just shows what a mix it is at here.
Yeah.
I mean, you swap a drum kit for a cajon and now we're a folk band. It's great.
Do you find that coming to something like the Cambridge Folk Festival, which is huge, let's face it, did you have to kind of get together and do any special preparation for this?
What do you mean?
I don't, practice. Did you have to do it additionally practice?
Yes,
or
we did.
Did you put on
we
a
were practicing
special?
yesterday.
Did you put on
I thought you meant like wear a straw hat or something.
Yeah, he had to get his folk costume on.
I really
And his
hope
bells.
you've told the rest of them that's what they have to wear,
I have,
just to see what
Well,
happens.
you're all in tweed.
You've got a tweed hat on. Come on.
Kinda, yeah.
But also, I mean, having spoken to you before, I know that you're all like grown up with the folk festival being around, or you came to it from
Even though
from
I
the
didn't
others.
grow up around here, my dad, who's a folk musician, he took me here from when I was very, very young, sort of like 5 or 6 years old. So it's great to be on the other end of it.
Yeah.
And kind of showing my dad on Facebook, look, I'm actually playing it.
Yeah.
Like, it's great.
Because that's it. I think I was saying before, we take it for granted because it's our local festival, that it's just like the thing you can wander down and go to. But you forget that everybody else, like when we go to festivals other places, that everybody else is coming here, and it is a very prestigious event. So not to put too much pressure on you. Have you got any more questions you'd like to ask?
No, but I'm looking forward to hearing you later on in the Den.
We're looking forward
What
to playing
time
for
are you on?
6:30.
6:30.
Yeah.
Excellent
That
stuff.
should be great. Yeah, I don't know. Has the Den got a little stage there now? Or?
Well, yeah. Oh,
is
yeah.
it?
It's always full.
Because when we played, it was like round this side of the bar, which was great.
No. You better set off early for that one because it's not. It's kind of over.
It's not.
It's
as
got
close as
a
it used
full,
to.
like a rainbow roof, and it's got a full stage. It's all beautifully done, like an Indian kind of souk
Cool.
kind of thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah,
It is really cool.
Yeah,
really.
And you're going to finish off though with another song. Is this one? What happens about
I
this
haven't
song?
decided. What do you want to hear? Do you want to hear another one of my songs, or do you want to hear a folk song since we're at the folk festival?
Either.
I think one of yours.
Yeah.
one of mine is.
You see,
Okay.
I'm becoming a fan already.
Yeah, see,
Alright, okay.
I knew I'd win you over. It doesn't take much though.
This song's called Kilimanjaro. The world keeps him dizzy, the world keeps him thin. But me, I get a kick, pretending it don't spin, till I put in my penny and I watch it begin. And I point out the bits I can follow, and I point out the losses, the gains and the wins at the top of Kilimanjaro. Grab handfuls of cash, make a splash, make a scene, and measure your friends by the stacks of their feet. I wonder which stacks might be bigger than me, and I wonder if their stacks are hollow. Wonder what they regret when they finally get to the top of Kilimanjaro. There are those who say climbing's a thing of the past, who wear their car marks like they wear Adidas, jump up and down, getting tired just as fast, with no notion of who stitched their logos, point fingers and scream at the muscles and dreams, climbing rocks on Kilimanjaro. And some balance scales and some balance dreams, And some balance banks, some balance families, all on their backs with the weight on their knees. Makes them lean to the left and the right, oh. Such things you hate when you're trying to climb straight to the top of Kilimanjaro. Time takes ages and days, but I think mine is free. The fact it's worth nothing means something to me. I smile up at them and they sneer down at me. Wish there was a way to help them know the ground down here is as level as any could be at the top of Kilimanjaro.
Brilliant.
Hey, well done.
Of course,
So thanks very much.
Got to ask the question, as you've been a sailor, have you actually been to Kilimanjaro as well?
Oh, sorry, I forgot I sailed there. I sailed right there.
You could have gone, oh yeah, I've climbed it several times.
Loads of times.
Now, I have heard that before. I've had a sneaky peek of that before.
Where'd you hear that?
At the celebrity wedding of the century. Didn't you play that at Adam and Vicky's wedding?
Yeah. The guys from Fred's house.
Yeah, Fred's house and Shamberton's.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I get to all the fancy places.
You do, actually.
But, but anyway, thank you very much, Josh. We will let you get off now and try and find the den before 6 o'clock, 6:30. Thank you very much, Josh Robbins from the Mardlers. And we're going